Hello, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Girl, you're playing with fire. I work as a barista at a restaurant that has a constant flow of horrible customers with the occasional gem that walks through the door. We even need to have a security guard on the premises almost every night because it gets bad. I'm talking full-on brawls that break out with chairs and tables thrown, shoes off, earrings out kind of fights. I've been threatened to be beat up, almost spat on. My managers have been threatened to be shot in the head, etc. Not ideal, but makes for many a good story. To preface, the restaurant closes at midnight, while last call is at 11:30. From 11:30 to 12, the barista is still taking carry-out orders while attempting to close. To lessen the burden, we stop call-in orders at around 11:40, thus giving the customer a solid 20 minutes before close to come pick up their order. I'm closing down my station at around 11:50 p.m. when the phone rings. I pick it up, and a man asks if we're still taking carry-out orders. I let him know that I would be happy to take his order in person if he can make it to the store before midnight, but we are unfortunately not taking any more phone orders for the night. He says that he'll be right in because he's just 20 minutes away. Now, I have to tell him that I cannot take an order from him at all because no matter what he does, he'll not arrive before close. This is apparently a huge no-no on my end, and he lets me know. Guy: you're telling me that I can't even order a water and come pick it up? Me: no, sir. I'm sorry, but it's 11:50 right now, and you just said you were 20 minutes away. So you would get here at 12:10 and we'll already be closed. Guy: you didn't let me finish. Now, do you want to let me finish, or do you want a bad Yelp review? Me: but you said you were 20 minutes away. It doesn't matter what you were going to say, we'll still be closed. I have no idea when cut him off, but nonetheless, it's at this point that he gets real angry and starts asking me over and over again what my name is. I just keep calmly telling him that I will not tell him my name. Finally, he tells me that he's 2 minutes away, will be right in to see exactly who I am. Now I'm confused because our entire conversation had lasted only about 5 minutes, so there's no way he's as close as he says. So I just say okay and hang up the phone. About 5 or 10 minutes later, I'm still closing up when the phone rings. And of course, it's the same guy. He immediately tries to trick me into telling him my name. Me: restaurant name, how can I help you? Guy: who am I speaking with? Me: you're speaking with the barista. Guy: oh, so it's like that. You know I have something to tell you. At this point, he starts to lecture me on how to do my job and how he knows the owners and that I don't know who I'm talking to and that I'll regret it. I half listened to all of it while trying to close when he starts asking me for my name again. At this point, there's no way in hell that I'm telling him anything, so our conversation is as follows. Guy: so let me ask you again, what's your name? Me: I'm sorry, sir, but I'm still not going to tell you my name. Guy: girl, you playing with fire, you know that? I can get you fired in a minute. Me: that's fine, sir. Guy: all right then, consider yourself fired. Me: okay, have a good night. At this point, I'm uncomfortable at how angry he's gotten throughout the entire situation, which is crazy. So my manager and I get the security guard to come stand by the door to make sure he doesn't show up like he threatened to. I don't want to have to deal with this man in person. I leave the store for a minute or two to go grab some stock for the next day, and as I come back, he's across the street at his car and sees me go in. I have no idea how he knows I'm the barista because at this point, he's never seen me. He comes running across the street as I'm picking up a few dirty dessert trays to bring into the dish room to be washed when he starts knocking on the window, pointing at me and yelling. The door's locked so he can't come in, so I just ignore him and continue with what I was doing. As I'm coming out of the dish room, I see him in the window with his camera out trying to take a picture of me when I get back to the front. Seeing this, I go back into the dish room to wait it out because this crazy man having my picture is the last thing that I need. My manager informs me that he's gone, then proceeds to tell me this was the second time he'd tried to come in. Apparently, he'd been there just a few minutes earlier while I was out and was denied entry because the door was locked as it was past closing time. I get told by the security guard that the man had tried to come in, got angry at the locked door, kept knocking and started taking pictures of the guard, my manager, and the police car that just happened to be parked outside. He was so angry that he called again. This time he's demanding that my manager gives him my name, to which my manager responds, "I'm sorry, but you threatened my barista. So as far as I'm concerned, this conversation is over." He then tells my manager he has no idea who he's talking to and to remember his face because he's going to get both my manager and I fired because he knows the owner. Well, joke's on him, because my manager's the owner's son. Although he refuses to play that card, which is understandable. This would be the one time that I would play that card. And I would have called the cops about the stalker outside. And our second story. Karen demands we let her use pass for petting zoo that used to be on our land. Cast, me is me, Jax is the owner of the land, Karen is the crazy lady. So the land the sanctuary is built on was previously 2 plots of farmland. Jax was originally only going to buy one, but when the next one went on sale, he bought both. Now, one of the farmland used to offer a petting zoo service in which they sold tickets for parents to come see the animals. They also apparently sold lifetime passes. That's where the issue starts. When we first opened, we would have parents who don't realize the farm is no longer in service come in with their kids looking for the petting zoo. Most would leave once we tell them. But a few have pretty insane reactions, like this one. Let's call her Karen. This was a little over a year after we opened. I'm working in the back office when I hear screaming coming from out front. I come out to see Karen yelling at one of the volunteers. This kid was like 15 and volunteering for school credit. I go up and ask what the problem is. And this is how it goes. Karen, this man is telling me my kids can't see the animals. Me, that's because that's the case, ma'am. We don't allow people into the habit areas. Karen, I've been here multiple times. They always let my kids in. I bought a lifetime pass. She shoved the pass in my face. Me, I'm sorry, but this was for the farm that was on this location before us. Karen, it's a lifetime pass. A change of ownership shouldn't change that. Me, it's not a change of ownership. This is not a farm. This is a sanctuary. Karen, what's the difference? You have animals, so just let my kids see them. Me, ma'am, the animal we have here are wild animals that can be aggressive. They don't do well around humans, especially children. Karen, what do you not understand about a lifetime pass? You have to let my kids in. I pay good money for this pass. Me, we're not under any legal obligation for that pass. Karen, this is ridiculous. You're going to let my kids see these animals, and you're going to do it now. Me, no, I'm not. Now I think you should leave. Karen, I want to talk to the owner right now. Me, okay. I go get Jax. I fill him in on Karen. Side note, during this period, Jax was not in a good place. He'd spent a month trying to save a wolf from being put down after it attacked a man. The man survived with injury. Who thought it would be a good idea to try and keep it as a pet? Jax was understandably in a bad mood. Before Karen could even get a word, Jax speaks. Jax, OP had already filled me in. May I see the pass, please? She hands the pass to Jax, who walks behind the desk, grabs a pair of scissors, and just cut the pass into pieces and throws it in the trash. Karen, you can't do that. Jax, I just did. Now get the hell out of my sanctuary. Karen, I could sue you for this. Jax, really? You're going to sue a charitable organization for cutting up a useless, outdated pass? You really think you'll win one? Karen doesn't even say a word, just turns and leaves. It'd be really embarrassing for a lifetime pass owner to go to the former location of a petting zoo, see a new suburb being constructed, then yelling at clueless construction workers, "Where are the animals?" And our final story. EM gets destroyed by a multilingual restaurant owner. The cast. Me is me. Entitled racist mom is EM. Embarrassed son is ES. Superstar owner is O. So I was in a Chinese restaurant waiting on my curry chip to go, and I'm just talking with the girl at the till, making small talk, passing the time as the restaurant's empty. Then this presence descended upon the restaurant, and EM and ES enter, and immediately EM is obnoxious and overall not pleasant. She proceeded to demand chicken nuggets and chips for her son. I don't know why she decided a Chinese restaurant and not a local chippy. There isn't a McDonald's close. And the lady just takes the order and relays it to the kitchen. This is where EM shows her true colors. As the chefs were making food and talking, it was in Chinese, presumably, EM scoffs loudly and says, "This is Ireland, we talk English here." I'm just shocked at that, and then the owner comes out, fuming after hearing this shouting in perfect English, "This is Ireland, we speak Irish," and shouts in perfect Irish, which translates to, "You whale of a woman, you are a racist bee and not welcome." I can't contain myself. I burst out laughing as the EM is shocked that she's being shouted at in Irish, which she doesn't speak, and leaves in anger and silence. I go over to the owner, who's laughing, and congratulate her on handling the situation. I got my food on the house, but I tipped huge. And here tipping isn't really a thing. It's only for really special occasions. That's really it, folks. I got a laugh. I hope EM learned her lesson. I was just going to say, Ireland and Scotland have their own languages that many speak before English. Then you came out with it and it cracked me up. I bet she didn't expect that at all. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.